All right, we're going to build a small application using OpenAI's API. Everybody wants to get into AI. People are freaked out about it. I think a lot of it just comes from not really knowing a ton. So we're going to build like a really simple poor man's RAG, RAG. This stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation. This is one of those buzzwords you hear in tech now, and it's one of those buzzwords you can probably hear a lot more about. What it basically means is using an AI tool like OpenAI or whatever else you're using out there, some sort of large language model, and then retrieving some sort of data that maybe you have that's proprietary, that's unique or special that nobody else might have, and then giving this information into the LLM as some context. So it's like, oh, you don't want to just know like a generic answer. Like you want to know maybe how would Brian write this article or how would Brian make this YouTube video or whatever, right? Maybe you have a bunch of data about people in your neighborhood. And when you ask ChatGPT, hey, what's Bob doing on Thursdays? It doesn't know what Bob's doing on Thursdays. It'd be kind of creepy if it did. The way it could know that, though, is if you fed it some additional information based on the query. So there are very complicated ways to do this. There are vector databases and embeddings and things like that. But we're going to start off really, really simple. Let's just get used to playing around with OpenAI's API. This is pretty fun. It's super simple to set up. You can look in NextJS to do this. You don't have to use NextJS, but I'm going to do it in this short video here to get us through the basics here. So what I've done, and I'm going to erase this key, so don't worry about copying it and using it. I'm just going to erase it anyway. By the time you see this video, it's already gone, right? So I'm at platform.openai. I have an API key. I've put like a few bucks on it. I have like $100 in my account. You only need to think maybe $2, $3 to do this. So without further ado, let's build something kind of interesting. Let's build our own little mini RAG. And what I'm going to do is npx create next app. And you might be wondering, oh, what's that cool thing you have there? Somebody at Parsity, the program that I run for coders that teaches people how to code, actually told me about this. And I was like, oh, what a cool little tool. It's like auto intelligence and IntelliSense for your terminal. So I really love this. And let's call this mini RAG. We're going to create a next app. Yeah, sure, go ahead and proceed. Why not? We are going to use TypeScript here actually. We're going to use ESLint. Sure, why not? Let's use all this stuff. Yeah, no. App router, yeah. Turbo pack, sure. Customize, yeah, I do actually want that. Okay, bingo, bango, dingly dango. And then we're going to set this up and get OpenAI installed and put it in our environment variables and build something sort of cool. All right, I have my little mini rag here. I'm going to drag it into VS Code and we can start actually working on something. So this is going to be kind of back end heavy. This is not going to be like strictly a front end type of thing. We can do it all on the front end because we're using Next.js, which is a great part. You can use Next.js and TypeScript to make this pretty type safe and pretty cool. So let's first of all make a .env file. So I'm going to do new, and I'm going to put my open AI, API key. Okay, there's got my OpenAI API key, and we're going to save this file as .env. And yeah, we are. Cool. Now we have a .env file. Now let's go into our app. Let's go to our page, and let's start hacking away at this thing. So OpenAI has an API, which basically you can call. It's the same kind of idea behind the interface that you're usually used to, the one where you type in some stuff and you ask it questions, whatever, right? So this is a little bit different. We're going to actually use our program to talk to OpenAI's API, and then it's going to send us some information back, and then we're going to use like some fake data. So it uses this in context when it gives us the answer. We're going to see how to build a little mini RAG, this little mini retrieval augmented generation, which I think will be pretty cool. So let's go to page TSX. I'm just going to rip everything out of here. And I'm just going to rip everything from there to the, yeah, like I don't want any of that stuff really. I think I want to get rid of that. And I'll put main in here. And I'll put a div. And cool. So we have our little page, and let's make, we'll just have this all within one page, I guess, to be honest with you. And I think we also need to add OpenAI yarn, add open, come on, tell me something cool. OpenAI T3, where the heck is OpenAI? Let's just look at the documentation and actually just figure that out real quick. OpenAI API. Okay, cool. So this looks great. So we're just going to rip this off right here. And then we're going to, where is the place quick start? Okay, export blibbity blobbity blibbity blop blibbity doop doop doop. Okay, we're gonna install OpenAI. Super simple, right? Yarn install, yarn add open AI. Bingo. Okay, so now we've installed that, and now comes the fun part. We should probably make a little, like, I don't know, we should probably do something. So now we need to be able to like type a message, get that message, respond to it with our OpenAI API, and then send back some data to the user. So in order for us to do that, let's make like a couple little things here. So I guess we'll have like an input, and then input will have some type, will be a text type. And what else do we need here? Probably a button to send it, something like that. So start or search or what, I don't know, whatever. We can just put a plus. I don't know. I'll put search. Not really a search to be honest, but that's okay. Let's have a little class name on this button. What should we do for this button? Rounded, BG, blue 300 or something. And we'll put our input type text. Okay, cool. We got something here. And we'll put some state in here as well. So we'll put like const search set search. And on change, we will set the search. E and set search. Oops. Set search to e.target.value, right? That seems pretty reasonable to do, I suppose. Okay, and we'll use state. This is going to be a string. Cool, and we need to import use state. Okay, we're cooking, right? If I'm typing really fast, just slow the video down. That's the problem with watching somebody type, I guess, right? Okay, let's actually start this up and see what's going on here. I think we need some way for this, like this button to do something. So when this button is clicked, it should do something, right? We don't know what that something is yet, right? We should probably define like an interface for what we're going to be receiving and what we're going to be sending away. So before we do any of that, let's just do yarn dev and start this bad boy up. See what it looks like. This should be really fast. Next 15 has Turbo Pack now, so it should be super fast. So let's check it out. All right, come on, come on, come on. Localhost 3000. Oh man, that was quick. Cool. Easy breezy. What the Jiminy? Holy buns right there. What the hell's all that about? Use state. Why would that not be? Why would this not be use state? Oh yeah, because this is not a client component. Yeah, of course. Yeah, for sure. Okay. You win. We got to tell this, hey, this is a client component. Okay, here's our little search bar, whatever. Why does NextJS do that stupid thing where they have like these global CSS? I don't want any of this. Okay, done. All right, search. Oh, maybe I do want that. We'll take what they got over what I got here. All right. I mean, I guess that's okay. So let's see what they have for input in here because I want to get rid of that stupid input thing. Not a huge deal. It just means you probably will have a harder time seeing. We could put class name, border blue, rounded border, BG, white. Okay. And let's put color black on this one. Text, black. Okay, does that work? Okay, much better. So now we have something that works pretty well. I like using Tailwind, started using it at work a ton. Pretty fun to use. So maybe we should think, okay, we have this janky looking page. So what happens when somebody clicks the search button? What should happen? They type in something and they click search. We should send that data to our API, right? Our OpenAI API. So we should do that, right? We should make a way for this to interact with that. We can do that by exposing a route. And we're going to use Next.js's API layer to do that. So we're going to make a folder. This folder is going to be called API, and in API we'll have another folder, and that folder will be called what's it called? What do we want to call this? What should we call this route? This is the hardest thing in software. What should we name this thing we're going to build here? Let's name it search. Geez, I'm so lame. Why the hell did I take that long just to name it search? What the hell? So annoying. New file, and that new file is going to be called route.ts, and then we're going to export async function, and this will be a function post. I think I think that'll be what we want. Post. And we'll have a rec.body search, blibbity blibbity blop request. and we will see. So request.body is something, something, something. And in here, we can import OpenAI, right? So let's import OpenAI. Come on, OpenAI? Is that how you do it from OpenAI? Sure. And we'll put new OpenAI. Okay. Process.env.openAI key, and we'll cast this as a string. Okay. I think this will work. Okay, let's see what this expects actually. Okay. What are we passing in here? What does OpenAI expect? Okay, so API key. So we've got an API key. Okay, cool. And we'll put const open AI client. So what we're doing is saying like, hey, we're going to use this library. We need to pass in our OpenAI API key in order to work with the library. This is how they charge you essentially. They look at like how many times has this person used this unique key to make a bunch of requests. What's it called? We will then look at our search. We're going to expect this in the body. And what we're going to do is say OpenAI client dot completions dot what is it, chat? This is something I kind of know from working. Chat dot completions dot create, and then it should tell us some things we can use. We're going to use the model, not 3.5 GPT. No one probably tells you this, but GPT-4o mini, GPT-4 mini is what you want to use. It's one, really fast, and two, gives you way more like credit, so you don't need to spend a lot of money. Um, Not Miami. What the why is this doing this to me? Jeez, holy moly. I just want you to okay. Let's see here. 4.0 mini is what we're going to use. So where's the mini? Yeah, mini is what you probably want to use to make sure you're not paying too much. So already you see you can give it an array of messages. So we'll pass in the search here. So the search, so we're going to pass this search into our function, and we can, I think, can we do this? Can we like tell a request what it's going to have? It's going to have a, I don't know. This is where my TypeScript knowledge always fails me, honestly. Because what I want to do is I want to just get like request dot body dot search. I know request has a body, right? And the body could have all sorts of stuff in it. So I think I can tell this like what to expect. Like if I just tell it like a type that we're going to expect, search body, and that search body will have a string or something like that. So maybe I can just put search body in here. I don't know if that'll work. Will that work? Apparently not. Okay, request is not generic. All right, so this is something I have to look up real quick. All right, looks like I was doing this completely wrong. So what we want to do is const body equals await request dot body dot JSON. It looks like here. Or request.json, apparently, something like that, right? And then from there, we can body as search body. Okay, I don't think we even need this type anymore, which is kind of lame. It's not really like really type safe at all, but that's fine. It's gonna be any. All right, that's gonna be okay in this case, I guess. We're gonna have an any type, which is definitely not my favorite thing to have here. Okay to do though, so we'll do that. We'll pass in the content to search, and then we should have a little to do, because what we really want to do is to add some context to the search, right? And this is where things can get really complex, or they can keep really, really simple. We're going to keep this really, really simple because we don't have like any data necessarily that we can just add to this. So we're going to make some fake data, right? We're going to like, you are a helpful assistant that writes like Brian Ginny, a semi-popular LinkedIn influencer. Here's an example. Here is an example of his writing, right? And then I might make some space and I'll give it a little writing sample or something like that. And I'll make these with backticks. And this is where you could do all sorts of cool stuff, right? So I could have like, const samples. Like let's pretend this was like a database. And I had a bunch of samples of this guy's writing, you know? Um, samples, Brian sample writing. This is where you'd actually look in a database because we don't have time for that, you know? Like what's some cringy influencer? Cringy LinkedIn influencer writing. I'll ask ChatGPT to make me a couple examples. Give me a few examples of cringy LinkedIn posts to use for RAG. All right, come on. Show me what you got. This is great. Oh man, this is great. Oh, this is awesome. I love this. I love this. I love this. Okay, this is gonna be perfect. Um, okay. Okay. I want this in an array. Cool. And I'm gonna show you another really cool trick about like how to give data to OpenAI and how to get it back, which is also really interesting. So we're gonna get this back in the form of an object. We don't necessarily want only we don't want only to get text back. We're gonna make this a little more interesting. So I'm gonna copy this and I'm gonna put it in here. And okay, perfect. Look at that. Look what we got here. Const cringy LinkedIn posts. Okay, cool. Excellent, excellent, excellent. And then we'll put cringy LinkedIn posts. No, we're not gonna do, should we do it randomly? Wouldn't that be terrible? Cringy LinkedIn posts dot map posts, and we'll like just say here who's a LinkedIn influencer. Um, here's an example of his writing a bunch of cringy LinkedIn posts. Please use these as a guide based on based on the type of post requested from the user. Add mini emojis, right? And you might be thinking, well, I could just do this. I could just totally do this in ChatGPT, right? Like, what's the benefit of doing something like this? The benefit is that you could make this very, very unique to the user. You could have a user ask a particular question and then look in another database to fetch some data that's related to that particular question, and then add it in here. So that way, it has that context in there as well. So this could be super, super unique, which is really cool. Like you could potentially train it to really write like you. If you have enough data out there that you could put it in a vector database and then have it look in there and have a wealth of information about you, you could totally make this something that sounds really like you. I've done something similar to that and it was kind of cool. It's kind of creepy actually. I'm like, oh, is that what I sound like? It's pretty accurate in many ways. Okay, so we have this, we do this, we await, const response equals await, OpenAI, blah, 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 blah. And we're going to also, not res, but search result equals this. We're going to also tell it the JSON format. Where's the things we can tell this? We don't just want to create it. We want this to come back in a very specific way. And if you're ever curious about what you can do, you can look in here in the options and things like that. And path, headers, tries, blah, 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 blah. Method, body. And I'm going to look at another example I have because I know how to do this. Because this could be really cool if we have this output JSON. Is this going to work? Let's see. JSON output. What we want to do is we want to return like some JSON. So actually, we're going to tell it like how to output this. Add mini emojis. You you will output in this JSON format only. Response, and we'll have like we'll have the response and the post, your post here, and we'll give it like title, your title here, and we'll give it like hashtags. Yeah, this is how it will always respond. Okay, cool. And so this will make it like a nice response that we can like expect. And now let's see how to put it in JSON format. OpenAI JSON format. Structured outputs. response format. Okay, so let's give it a response format as well. Response format, JSON. Excellent. Will that work? Response format. Okay, geez. Oh, type. Okay, okay. We just put type here? Response format, and we'll put type JSON. I think. Will that work? Why is this freaking out? Jeez, this is so annoying. JSON object. Okay. This is the great thing about IntelliSense. Okay, cool. We've satisfied that. We have the search result. And now what we need to do is just res.json search result.data.message.content. This is probably saying res.json. Okay, I don't know what that's tripping on. Return res.json result, search result. Expected 0 arguments, got 1. What is this all about? Search result dot choices 0 message dot content. And we'll just do some safe navigation in here. Message dot content or no result, right? Now, what is this tripping on here? Res.json. Okay, why is that not liking that? Res, can we just return? Do we even need to, do we need this at all? Can we just return like this? This it? Is that, you'd think I would know how to do this, right? Okay. All right, will that work? Will that work for us? Oh, take this little stupid thing off here. Okay. Will that kind of work out? I think this actually might. So now it comes time to actually fetch this route and actually use it. So let's go back to our page. We have a page and we can do something like this. We can put const fetch or handle search, and we'll, excellent. We'll JSON stringify the search and we'll console log the data. And then we can do stuff with the data. So handle search, so button on click equals handle search. Cool. Okay, I think we might have something here that works. Let's just see if it works. Let's just try it out. Open up here. I need a post about learning JS search. All right, let's see what we got. Let's see. Oh, 500 error. What's that all about? Preview. Let's see what it says here. Okay, what is it? What is it not like? Okay, blah, 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 blah. Oh, the environment variable was missing. Interesting. So let's go back and change that. All right, come on. OpenAI API key and make sure that's in the right place. It is in the in folder in here and it's right there. And let's go back into our route and give it that freaking, oh, no wonder that didn't work. Okay, let's try it again. Search. I need to post about learning JS. Okay, come on. Oh, yeah, okay. No responses returned from the root handler. That's okay. Okay. Res.json search result. Expected 0 arguments. God, what the hell is this talking about? Why ensure you return a response or a next response in all branches? This looks like a next response. I'm very unsure what that's about. Is this a next response? I mean, it seems like that would do what you want it to do, right? Res.json and the promise. Well, this just, I mean, what is wrong with this thing? Post. Oh God. Oh, now I gotta look this up. This is so stupid. NextJS API send message send response. Okay, jeez. You would think this would be so much simpler to do in the API route. Okay, next response. Oh, definitely didn't see that one coming. Okay, that's super annoying. All right, great. All right, next response from server, and we just do next response. Okay. So we have to literally do next response.json, which is a little silly. We wrap this. Luckily, the head engineer where I work has wrapped this kind of stuff into some utilities and libraries. So we actually never use this directly. So I'm kind of like just doing it on off the cuff here. So let's see if this actually works now again, and we will search and we will get something back. I hope we see it's compiling. And come on, come on. Oh man, unexpected JSON input. Let's see here. Search result. Oh, no wonder. Search result. We can't just send back. We need to send back what's in that search result. So I know what this is, by the way, and I'm sure that you might not if you're watching this. Okay. Message.content. Okay, and this will either be a string or it'll be null. Okay, cool. And if I didn't know, I know this from doing this a bunch at work, and the IntelliSense helped out. But if I didn't, I'd have to look that up, obviously. Okay, it failed to execute JSON, and let's just take a look at what this is. Console.log, search results, choice is 0. And this is going to be in the server, not in the browser. So we'll try this one more time, and hopefully this works. Probably not, though. Nothing ever works the way you want to on a first try, or 10, apparently. Okay, this is great. So this is actually exactly what I want. Okay, cool response. Hey, aspiring developers. This is great. Excellent. No response is return. Oh, is this, do I have to return? Do I have to return this? Let's see what the docs say. This is kind of silly. Oh, I do actually have to return it. Okay, fair enough. You got me. Now I'm confident. I'll bet you $5 this will work. Maybe two, maybe one. The longer it takes, the more nervous I get. Look at that. You owe me $5. If you heard that, please respond back with the $5. So now we have the data. Oh, but it's not in JSON format like I thought, which is kind of annoying. It's okay. I think what we can do is this. We can do JSON.parse this search result. It's pretty unsafe to do that. And this could also be, an empty string. So let's do like that. Let's try it one more time. I need to post about learning JavaScript. And then we get the post back, I hope. Cool. This looks promising. Boom. Bingo. Now what we want to do is actually render this. So let's do the last little piece of this, the last little fun piece here, which will just be, updating const response, set response, not use state, any use state. We'll do a record, and the record will be string. Okay, use state record string, basically be an object, and we'll make it blank for now. And that's fine. And I think we can do, I'm going to change this up a little bit because I don't like how it comes back. Like we can just pass it like that. Okay. And now the fun part is like literally just setting the data. So now we can, instead of console logging it, we can set response to the data. And then I think we have something fairly workable. And then in the top here, we could just do like if, actually response dot post, and then we'll have some stuff in there. Response dot hashtag tags dot map hashtag string. That's probably won't satisfy it at all. Map hashtag response dot hashtags. Hashtags will be an array. So maybe instead of this, I'll put something like this. We'll just make the object that we expect to get back. So we'll have post string, title string, and hashtags will be an empty array. And we'll set it to null at first. And will that work? Or null. Okay. And then we'll have that. So we'll put response dot set response data, blah, 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 blah. I think this will work. It's definitely not nice, but we'll have the response dot post, response dot title, and response. Oh, it's possibly null. We'll put response dot post, and okay, ready for some magic here? Let's see what happens here. Console log. Post about learning Python. This is gonna make us go LinkedIn crazy. And if it doesn't work, hey, no guarantees. YOLO. It just means we probably want to do some more munging of the data here. This looks really good. So response.post is this. I don't see this being set correctly, so let's put a debugger here and see what we actually get. And I'll do it one more time, and we'll see it pause execution, and then we can dig into it. Okay. Data equals excellent. So we have data dot response. So I think we want to do this dot response. Okay, and then I think we have our LinkedIn influencer thing here now. I think we're done. Let's see. Look at that. Look at that. Why I fell in love with Python. Exciting news. This is great. Hope you enjoyed that as much as I enjoyed doing it. And that's a little bit about building a mini RAG and making this really janky, kind of ugly RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation, that wrote us some terrible, terrible LinkedIn posts. See you around.